Good evening, Contest of Champions. We are here. It is time for the playoffs. Ah, boys, what a week. What a week. Dreams came true and were dashed all in the same breath. Our six are locked in. We have in the number one spot a staple of this league's playoff picture, the Jeremy Chen. In second place, our hometown hero, the boy genius himself, we have Evan Mattis. And in third place, no stranger to the top of the leaderboards, Mr. Travis Clark. And coming in with a surprise resurgence in fourth place, we have Mr. Craig Weaver. Sneaking in at number 5 with how would you describe Dan's behavior on Monday, Anthony?
Oh, we're not friends anymore.
Ooh, yes. Daniel Amick coming in, getting a spot, and frankly, my pick to win it all. Number 6, the D. Lee beatdown David Lee. That is your 6 playoff hopefuls, boys.
I just want to clarify that you put the comma in a weird place there. Who's your pick to win it all?
David.
Got it. It sounded like you're picking Dan.
wow. You know.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing.
Because you said frankly my pick to win it all, but like was the frankly referring to Dan, to who you just finished talking about, or about David, who you were about to start talking about?
Here's the thing, and I've been very adamant about this from the beginning. I'm rooting for anyone that is not a repeat, because I don't want to keep putting pictures of Jeremy and Travis's face on everything. Okay, it's time for a new champion, boys. So Craig, David, Dan, Evan, I'm looking at you for. It's 4v2, guys.
The field, if you would say.
Yeah, this is an easy 4v2. If you guys lose this, you're trash. Okay.
You get a guaranteed spot in the semifinals. At least one.
Yeah, somebody's got. I mean,
Evan is locked in. He has to get there. That's why I said it.
Come on, guys. Don't let me down here.
Don't bring me down.
We'll just briefly touch on very, very unfortunate that Bender, 6-8, really somebody that we thought was going to wreck the playoffs, didn't make it. I don't think we need to go through every matchup. They are what they are. If you're in, you're in. Some tough heartbreakers at the end. Some folks pushed out on points. One very.
There's no folks pushed out. There's only one person pushed out on points for the record.
Unfortunate group of people that were pushed out on points. We don't need to name names.
It's just one person.
Need to be specific.
Just one person. Listen, I have nothing to say other than I am going to make a proclamation, a decree, if you will. Okay. I solemnly swear to never, ever start David Carr in a fantasy football matchup ever again. Period. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
David Carr drops 2.5. Ryan Tannehill had 17. The differential is 11. I get in. If the guy who was in my lineup at 7:50 on Thursday night started the game, I tinkered my way out of the playoffs. That's it. My own fault. I don't even know if David knew that we were playing each other. That's because obviously I don't talk to David on a regular basis. So I'm curious if David knew at like 10 o'clock at night on Monday night that my Beats by DeAndre was about him, not about Jeremy.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
But we journey forward. For those who are into the playoffs, it's an exciting time to win or lose. For those headed to the consolation bracket,
hey, I'll see you there, bud.
An exciting time.
I'll see you there.
This should not be taken lightly. Okay, the winner of the consolation bracket receives a higher advantage in next year's draft selection.
Yeah, you could wind up like Kyle and be the #1 overall pick.
That's right. You could have Kyle's record
6 and 8
and position with the #1 pick. Listen.
He doesn't watch these videos. We can just make fun of him.
That's right. Name a worse combo of Kyle and injured players. I mean, it's just
name a better duo.
It's not possible. All right, so we are going to cover the playoff matchups. There's only 2 of them. We'll keep it brief. We'll keep it short. This is going to be a bite-sized episode, boys.
Sure. I just want to quickly point out, I didn't notice this until just now. Look at mine, David's, and Greg's points for and against. They're all like within like 10 points of each other. We all had like effectively the exact same season. Just kind of interesting to look at.
A lot of
guys, let's petition to make points against the tiebreaker next year, not points for.
That's what I am saying. Evan really caught up in points against, I would say. It's pretty. Look at Evan. I mean, Evan's within 2 points of for and against.
Oh yeah, but it was very specifically the 1450s and the 1480s that I was looking at. But yeah, I know. I mean, nobody other than really Jeremy and Travis dominated their points for, like, dominated the schedule they were handed. Obviously, Bender got fucking robbed. And then, oh, this is disgusting. Look at Kyle's points against.
Yeah, no, Kyle's team just sucked.
But like the teams who played Kyle also sucked.
I mean, yes.
Are there any matchups we need to specifically cover? I mean, Bender's team got T. Higgins. Very unfortunate for Bender. Dan, my new mortal enemy.
A blood feud was born.
Just
for some context.
Travis got Kyler Murray'd.
If
that was the note for this game.
For some context, on Monday night, Cardinals versus New England, both Dan and Anthony still had chances to make the playoffs. Essentially, one or the other theoretically would have went in. So they were just suffering together about who would make it. Ultimately, Dan was victorious, and in classic Dan fashion, not very humble about winning. And now there's a feud. There's a bona fide blood feud.
Especially after, because Dan, for those who watched the game, got in on the fumble recovery touchdown play. Up to that happened like the third quarter. Up to that point, I had been doing nothing but telling Dan that he was going to get in the playoffs, and that I would just also like to get in the playoffs. Like, both of us could get in. It was totally possible. But Dan was adamantly against my success, and then rubbed it in my face when my player fumbled the football and his player scored the touchdown. And I didn't like that very much.
Now, listen. Are we telling the truth? Who knows?
That's exactly what happened. What? That was such a middle ground way of reporting what happened.
Listen, all I'm hearing is potential fake news.
The fake news angle, which is not fake news, this is what happened, is telling them that Dan screamed, "Yes, fuck you, DeAndre Hopkins," as he fumbled the football and the Patriots ran it for the touchdown. Because that's what actually happened. And that hurt. That hurt.
Yes.
We'll be feeling that until at least tomorrow.
Yeah. No, it stings.
Don't let anybody tell you, by the way, guys, that every single point doesn't matter. Okay? Every single point. We're looking at 12 points here. Let's get into the matchups, because I could talk about how sad I am all day.
Okay, buddy.
Oh, pick him first. Andrew sucks. He forgot to pick a player, guys. So he's tied. So we're tied. If he just picked himself, he'd be winning.
Listen, that's how confident I was in myself. I didn't even need to look at
You didn't even want the point.
I was like, it's too easy. It's like taking candy from a baby.
We'll keep picking. Oh, that's my team. And I don't know if anybody noticed, it was Beats by DeAndre. Now it's Beat by DeAndre. Very funny. Chuckle. Oh, I don't have a matchup.
Right. Two matchups. Let's get it. Let's hit it.
I mean, we'll rip the constellation bracket matchups really, really quickly. But
those guys suck. Okay.
Oh wow, Travis went for the Danny Dimes. I didn't see. Oh wait, we can hit a quick. We're not Wednesday people. Where is it? A quick quick transactions check.
Flapjack.
Any fab offers go down today? Oh no. Ryan Tannehill, welcome back. Okay, so that was the only. No, wait, Chris Travis. Okay, so nobody fabbed anybody this week. It was just. I mean, Green Bay defense for Craig. All right, who they playing? Playing the Rams. All right, a solid
It's a
pickup.
good pickup. It's a
Solid
good
pickup.
pickup.
By the way, this is an extra sad moment. I picked up Pierre Strong before that game, so if I made the playoffs, I would have had another #1 running back. I actually handcuffed my way into a running back who got hurt, and then it didn't matter. Let's see, Dan goes with Taysom. Interesting. Looks like he'll be starting Taysom Hill. Dan flipped half his roster. What the fuck? Oh, this is interesting, Dan. I like this. That's a fun little play. Because Jeff Driscoll could, in theory, be in line to start.
And he has a tight end eligibility.
Yeah, he probably won't. But in theory,
Listen,
it could happen.
That's a little controversial.
Oh, I hate it. I lost a couple years ago to this guy. Lost a couple years ago to that guy. Oh no, it was fucking. What was his name?
It was the Steelers guy.
The H back on the Steelers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost a playoff matchup to you, right?
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah. I don't think I lost because of the points he scored. I just lost that matchup and was salty about it leading up to it all week. You go with Minnesota D. Nobody cares about that. Travis picks Daniel Jones up as a free agent. Interesting, Travis, that you did not. I mean, if you wanted Daniel Jones, that's fine. But you didn't have a quarterback coming into the day with Kyler Murray, and you didn't feel the need to bid a single dollar on your quarterback for the rest of the season. You were just like, yeah, I'll take Daniel Jones. Because Daniel Jones was, I mean, good schedule, was one of the few gentlemen whom I thought about rostering. I have $0 in this league, so I put $0 on all of them. I wound up with Ryan Tannehill.
Who we taking in this matchup?
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup. I'm gonna have to look at the matchups within the matchup, as they say.
I am looking at the matchups within the matchups, and I am thinking to myself, wow. So Travis's team, I'm really solid.
I'm loving me Travis' team.
Stupid Treylon Burks in his flex. I mean, I'm sorry, Treylon. Let me clarify. I don't think Treylon Burks is stupid. I think the fact that Travis doesn't have a better flex than Treylon Burks is stupid.
I mean, that's fair, right?
I don't know why Travis is rostering 2 Tennessee wide receivers.
I don't know why Travis is rostering 1 Tennessee wide receiver. He also has Chris Okonkwo, so really he has 3 Tennessee wide receivers.
I think that's really the point I'm trying to drive home. Is Travis?
Listen, there's a couple matchups here that look really juicy for Travis, and it's all of them. Tennessee is really bad against the pass. The Commanders are just a mediocre defense. I'm pretty sure Danny Dimes had a very serviceable, 17 against them a few weeks ago. Donovan White against Detroit, that's a great matchup for him. Miles Sanders against Chicago is a fantastic matchup. He's got the Travis Kelce to cover the Patrick Mahomes. I think that might be the most important thing in the entire matchup, is that he has that angle. Also, ETN playing against Dallas, that's a bad matchup.
Just did a quick waiver wire check. I don't think there's anybody better out there than Treylon Burks.
No Treylon Burks.
Carry on, Travis. Carry on.
I think I'm gonna go T-Slice, purely out of spite that David's the guy that knocked me out.
That is fair.
You have your chaos angle where you're only rooting for people who haven't won. So I imagine you're taking Davey there.
I am taking David.
Got it.
I think the only thing that prevents David from having success in the playoffs is picking the right starters.
Oh yeah, we didn't even go over that fact that last week Chris Godwin or whoever it was, Chris Godwin was on a bye, or no, he's playing San Francisco. Like there were no decisions to be made for David's roster. He just had to start the players who had games. Christian Watson was on a bye. Chris Godwin was playing San Francisco. Terry McLaurin was on a bye. He just had to start players. And he scored points because of it. I am going to pick Travis. I do think it comes down to... I actually think, looking at these defenses, it might comes down to which one of these defenses just drops like a 20-piece. But also, I mean, if Justin Fields is healthy, this could be scary. Possible. This will not be scary.
David, believe in yourself. Moving on.
I mean, I think it's quite obvious where I'm going with this one. I've made a mortal enemy. I'm rolling with Craig. Wow, I've never seen that before. Little snow logo.
Yeah, I know. They updated that. It's cool. Here's the thing.
Craig's team's bad?
Well, yes.
Okay.
But, man, I feel
Wow,
like
this matchup starts in about 5 minutes. Oh my God, Christian McCaffrey's game clicks off in 10 minutes. We're gonna know.
today's Wednesday.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Why did it say? Yo, I swear to God, my app has been giving me bad updates all day, telling me that what's his face is like questionable for tonight's game. I gotta turn off my notifications because I don't need them anymore.
All right. So, man, I don't know why, and it's probably because I'm seeing. It's like everybody on Dan's team after Christian McCaffrey just gives me the willies.
Is it Jeff Driscoll? Is quarterback tight end? I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, Jalen Hurts and not Antonio Brown, AJ Brown are probably gonna have 50. So that's a good
Very
sign.
possible.
That's a good sign. I do think that. Wow, I hope it comes down to the matchup of the Indianapolis Colt wide receivers.
Well, of course, that would be great.
Tony Pollard at Jacksonville probably gonna have a lot to do with it. I mean, I think guys like Zay Jones is getting undervalued at 7 projected points. He's been playing really well lately. But I mean, best case scenario, Craig's at 103 projected.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if Craig.
Honestly, it's just a stack matchup. I bet whichever stack
exactly.
scores more points wins this game. I'd be willing to bet that.
I mean, it's tough. It's really tough.
It's disgusting. This is disgusting, Andrew. This is your fault. You did this.
It's funny.
You were like, let me trade away Justin Herbert. Trade for Justin Herbert.
If you take the combined points of Justin Herbert and Dave Montgomery, it would be more than what Jalen Hurts is scoring.
Oh, there's 2 players.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I needed. I needed more players. You know. Man, do I want? Man. Oh man. Whew. It's funny because Craig is the higher seed, but he is the underdog and has been all year. Oh, and everybody loves an underdog story. But I'm gonna go with Dan.
Smart choice to win the pick on. I have to do my pick 'em, so we're gonna look at the consolation bracket. I'm predicting the repeat.
It's me.
That's pretty easy.
Back to back dubs versus Kyle.
Yeah, probably.
Nerd.
He gets Jonathan Taylor back. He gets Alan Lazard back. Who knows if he'll start him though? That's 12 points. Wow, he's actually projected to probably score more than you.
We don't have to.
He puts players in.
Wow,
your team is fucking terrible.
We don't have to keep looking at my
It's still you. Kyle probably won't even start a roster. I think I'm just gonna keep picking against Greg. It's served me well for the past 6 weeks. So.
Greg, why?
I only have a few chances left to meme Greg.
I am also gonna pick Nathan because all of Greg's players are in a blizzard.
So is Devin Singletary. They're all in the same game.
Yeah, Singletary will still score as many points as he normally does. Not a lot.
Greg, you're obligated to start Isaiah McKenzie to try to help this matchup out. Oh, and Naheem Hines. You guys have to start all the snow players in this game.
Everybody, we will return for a brief recap of the Week 15. We'll talk about Week 16. Yeah. I mean, listen, boys. This is it. I mean, it's playoff time. Okay. So start your best lineup. Put your hands together and clap me out.
Bye.